Steve here.
And Larson.
Yeah, welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to. And it's time for our Clash of the Champions predictions.
Clash of Champions.
Getting Big Red back, man. I'm so excited about... Where is Big Red? Why is he not in view back there?
Somewhere back there.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to bring him back to prominence, put him right up there with my Impact championship that Dirty Rich got me. Anyways, Clash of the Champions. We're going to be doing our live reactions right here on YouTube, and then we're going to be switching over to the Twitch for our live recap afterwards this coming Sunday. We'll be kicking things off usually around the middle of the kickoff shows, usually when we do it.
Yeah, 3:30 or so.
3:30 or so.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Just about maybe we'll catch whatever kickoff match they decide to toss on there.
Oh, it has been announced.
Oh, what is it?
It's Asuka versus Zelina Vega is going to be the kickoff show. Anyways, before we get to the picks, let's review confidence points. We employ confidence points here at Going In Raw for our predictions. They go as follows. For instance, 9 matches announced for the Clash of Champion card. The match you are most confident in, you assign 9 points. The match you're least confident in, 1 point, and so on down the line. You get those number of points for each correct pick. Whoever has most points total at the end of the show wins predictions. That's how it works. Let's start with the kickoff show match. Asuka defending the Raw Women's Championship against Zelina Vega. Who do you got, Steve?
I have 8 confidence points on Asuka. There is no conceivable way that Zelina Vega is going to win this match. There's nothing really even to discuss.
No, there's not. Asuka, 8 confidence points. Next, SmackDown Tag Team titles. You got the champions, Cesaro, Nakamura, taking on Lucha House Party, who's just like barely hanging together. They're just holding together. By a thread. And because of that, Cesaro and Nakamura are going to retain successfully. Again, not a whole lot of conversation here. You have a team that's unified, that is working together, and a team that seems to be in complete disarray. Cesaro and Nakamura retain 6 confidence points.
So I went a little bit lower. I went with 4 confidence points. There are no other tag teams on SmackDown. There's barely any tag teams on Raw. Main roster, their tag team division is terrible. I don't know. So we're filming this before SmackDown on Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know what the math looks like. What you just said makes all the sense in the world. If Lucha House Party finds some way to pull it together, it wouldn't shock me if they won. I just don't see it happening. I've got 4 confidence points on this.
It would honestly shock me if they won. They've been a mess. A mess.
There you go.
Next, we got Bob Lashley defending the U.S. title against Apollo Crews.
I've got Bob Lashley with 7 confidence points because he's part of Hurt Business. They're in the business of doing Hurt. So,
business is good.
Business is good. Business
is good. I got Bob Lashley retaining the title, 5 confidence points.
Okay. All right.
Next, I'm not sure about this one. Street Profits defending the Raw tag team titles against Andrade and Angel Garza.
Let's hear your thoughts on it, though. I want to hear your thoughts before I commit.
So this is like the 10th time. I know it's not the 10th time, but it feels like the 10th time this match has happened for the tag titles. Street Profits have won every time. Yet they came back to it. There's got to be a reason for it. Is the story now that Zelina has left their group that they're going to be better and therefore win?
I even went back and I watched an interview, a post-match interview with them to see if I could suss out any. The only thing I can think, number one, there are no other tag teams on Raw. They threw together Humberto and Dominic. Seth and Buddy, it's not really a tag team.
Falling apart.
It's not really a tag team, and it's falling apart anyways. Ivar obviously injured. There are no
for a while.
The only thing I can think is maybe they're planning on mixing things up in the draft. I went really low confidence points on this.
Same. Same.
There is no reason for Andrade and Angel to win, but I'm picking them to win.
Same.
Because they have lost every single time. They ditched Zelina, so maybe that'll put a pep in their step. They were breaking up as of a couple of weeks ago, but I get the feeling that Street Profits might be. But they've had Bianca Belair, that video, the Mr. Perfect style video. So I don't think that they're going to be moving them to. I don't know. I'm putting 2 lousy confidence points on Angel, Garza, and Andrade.
That's exactly what I got too.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to come around back to this unless they're going to win. Really, I mean, if they're going to motivate, if they want to motivate their breakup. Even more than they already have. Mm-hmm. They could have just done it already without having another title match.
Yeah.
I mean, the only difference between the previous matches of this one is there's no Zelina getting involved, and therefore maybe that's going to be the key to Andrade and Garza picking up a win.
She's going to suffer a really bad loss. Maybe them being champions, campeón, and her being a loser, maybe that'll even further alienate them from her. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I was honestly really surprised that they Andrade and Garza won that number 1 contender match.
Me too.
Because I thought that match they'd lose that. All right, they're done.
Yeah, I thought they were going to like literally split right in front of our eyes like they did the week prior.
Yeah, pretty much what happened with Buddy and Seth. I thought that was going to be Andrade and Garza.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they just walk away.
Instead, they won, which I'm guessing means they're going to win at a Clash. Next, excuse me, for the Intercontinental Championship, a ladder match, Jeff Hardy, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. Steve, who do you got?
So, I'm sticking with Jeff Hardy on this one. I don't know. Again, we're filming this before SmackDown. Something tells me so. Tonight, we've got Zayn versus Jeff Hardy in a solo match.
Yes, AJ will probably get involved.
Yeah,
with that finish.
The 2 bad guys might end up beating down the good guy, given that Jeff Hardy sort of stood tall last week and announced, hey, I want to do this in a ladder match. So, I mean, there is some math there for you. They just signed Jeff Hardy to, I think, a 5-year deal. And I get the feeling that they like him as Intercontinental Champion. I could see this going any other ways. I only put 3 confidence points on this.
All right.
Because I could see this going any number of ways. Yeah, that's all I got. I mean, their big champion is a bad guy, so maybe their mid card is going to be a good guy.
I'm going down a limb here.
Okay, cool.
I'm saying Sami Zayn's going to pick up the win. It's a ladder match. No one has to get pinned.
Sure.
As we've seen previously with Sami Zayn winning the title and retaining it, he's not above kind of cutting corners.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Situation here where, again, wants to take a pin, Sami can climb the ladder, get that belt, and then at sometime down the line, drop it to Hardy. So then there's no question about who the real Intercontinental Champion is because someone has taken a loss via pinfall or submission. So I guess Sami Zayn, only 1 confident point though. I wouldn't be surprised if any of these gentlemen walked out of this match as champion.
Yeah, they all have a good case. I mean, a really good case for Zayn also is that they put the title on him at WrestleMania, and he has not had time to explore what that was going to be. Yep. So they could pick this up. After that, we've got Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler. I'm sorry, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the Riott Squad. I've got Nia and Shayna retaining here. They could do maybe like a DQ win for the Riott Squad. I just don't. My thing about this, now I've got 5 confidence points on this because I think that they're going to come out with the championships. What do you do with the Riott Squad after this? There are no other teams for them, and they just did a thing where they were apart. So, I mean, I'll put it this way. Coming out of this, unless they have another match, which I think is totally possible, which could mean this will have a wonk finish or a DQ finish, I don't know. Nia versus Shayna is a much more likely scenario than Ruby Riott versus Liv Morgan, which could suggest that they're going to go with the Riott Squad. I just don't think it's at this pay-per-view. I've got 5 confidence points on Nia and Shayna.
I got Jax and Baszler retaining 7 confidence points.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
I feel like they're really going to take their time with the story of Nia and Shayna being champion and then not, and then fighting each other.
Yeah.
I think they're really taking their time with it. So there's no reason to rush it. No reason for them to drop these belts. They're just kind of learning that when they work together, they can pretty much beat anybody. And so I feel like they're going to continue that for a good stretch.
Shit, that match last week against Lana and Natalya, where Shayna tags in and just in the most methodical fashion taps out Lana. Let me do this, and now you tap out. I thought that was so good. I wonder how much they might have learned just in the small amount of time they worked with Bayley and Sasha, because I really like Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. I think they're a really fun team in and outside the ring as well. Yeah. So I think they're going to retain.
Totally. Next for the Universal title, Roman Reigns, your champion, versus Jey Uso. Roman 9 confidence points. The only real question here is how badly is Jey Uso going to get destroyed?
So bad.
How much blood will be spilled? How many limbs will be broken?
If this was AEW, it'd be Eddie Guerrero, JBL levels of blood, but it's not. WWE doesn't like blood, so I would think not. Maybe Paul Heyman can convince Vince, hey, let's get some blood going here, because that would be the most effective route. But this is going to be ugly. Yeah. I've got all 9 confidence points on Roman Reigns.
Same.
Yeah.
Roman's totally winning.
Yeah.
Totally winning. Next, for the SmackDown with Championship, Bayley, your champion, taking on Nikki Cross. Steve, who do you got?
I get the feeling Alexa Bliss is going to come into play with this match. Given that Sasha we don't know what's going to happen tonight on SmackDown again.
Yeah.
I got Bayley with 6 confidence points.
Wow.
I think it's more likely that Alexa Bliss might have something to do with this match than Sasha would, given that she just got beat up again last week. So, yeah, I think that the title is going to be the thing. I don't think it's going to be Sasha making sure Bayley loses it. I think it's going to be Sasha making sure Bayley loses it to her. Bayley with 6 confidence points.
I got Bayley with 4. I've kind of waffled a bit on this one, whether it's going to be 3 confidence points or 4. I still think there's a slim chance that if they really want to push the story that Nikki mentioned the other day or last week on Moment of Bliss, that now that Sasha isn't there, she's got a better shot at this. Yes, that isn't take into account Alexa potentially, but it really just depends if they want to have this Bayley Sasha feud, which I'm assuming they do, be for the title. Who's to say Bayley can't drop it, pick it back up? Who knows? If Nikki won, it wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't be sad about it. That's for sure. I would not be sad.
Yeah. But I still got Bayley winning 4 confidence points.
All right. Then our probably main event. Yeah, probably our main event.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
All right, who do you got?
Okay. I've got 1 confidence point on Randall Keith Orton winning. It's an ambulance match. Conspicuously absent from the card is one Keith Lee. They have the same. They share a name in common. Randall Keith Orton, Keith Lee. I'm joking. There is a possibility that Keith Lee is going to big dog this match, come in, affect it somehow, which would kind of protect Drew McIntyre and allow Randy Orton to pick up this win. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be totally shocked to see a straight up Keith Lee heel turn. They gave him new music for his main roster call up. Yeah, maybe that had to do something with CFO $. Maybe it had something to do with it was just music that's more fitting of a bad guy. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. But it would not shock me to see Keith Lee get involved. He's already been so involved in this feud to somehow get that title on Randy Orton. Randy Orton's been on such a great run, whether it's here or at the next at Hell in a Cell. Maybe it'll be Hell in a Cell. I don't know. Maybe Hell in a Cell is where Drew McIntyre gets it back. I don't know. Randy Orton really should have this title at some point. I'm just going to give 1 confidence point and say Orton's going to get it here.
All right. I'm not going to dismiss the prospect Keith Lee getting involved. I think that's a possibility. I'm going to book the finish for you. So here's how it's going to go. They're brawling by the ambulance. The doors are open. Drew's got the upper hand. He wants to put Orton away, sets up for a Claymore while Randy is in front of the ambulance door. He goes for it. Randy ducks, so Drew flies into the ambulance trying to Claymore him. Randy turns around, closes the ambulance doors. Randy Orton wins. He's new WWE champion.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Watch it happen. Book it.
All right, I like it. That'd be
Book
that'd
it.
be- that'd
Three
be something
confidence
else.
points. 3 confidence points. Randall Keith Orton is your new WWE
Wow.
champion.
All right. I like it. And you booked the finish. Hey, you know what? I'll give you an additional point if that finish actually happens. I will give you an additional point.
Fair enough.
Here. This is on my document, not yours. Here's your document. Additional point if Claymore into ambulance is finished.
Book it.
If that ends up with me losing out on Big Red, so be it. There you go. Let us know how you guys think that Orton McIntyre finish is going to go down in the comments below. Let us know what you guys think is going to happen at Clash of Champions. And hopefully you'll join us right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson for our live reactions. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.